Alright, so we are back in San Jose, and this time I'm doing some guitar playthroughs with Sam Pura. So recently Sam has been working with a band called Spirit World on what I believe their track to be coming out to be called Deathwestern. They have a few bits of content coming out and a plugin to pair with it. So in this little vlog, I'm going to be showing y'all everything and anything that goes on behind the scenes when I film a guitar playthrough. So a little backstory, I've been working with Sam's company Purafied for a little bit now. And if you want to check out the other two videos that I did on his plugins, you can check them out over here. But do that after this video. So recently, Sam and I have been working on Purified plugins for the last few months, starting with the Liquid Death snare and the VU snare. The plugins that Sam makes are an easy approach and simple approach to producing, simplifying his process down to just a few knobs. So if you want to check out the UV comp for a compressor or the Liquid Death snare for a solid snare drum replacement sample or supporting sample, they're great to work with. And I have no doubt that this next plugin he's coming up with is going to be just the same. So with all that being said, let's see what's going on in the studio. Alright, so I have arrived at Panda. And this is a beautiful Sam.
Whoa! Producer Sam Pure's iconic guitar amp chain. Switch to 53 if you want ridiculous gain and deadly low end, or flick it to 50 if you need punishing mid-range definition. When you're ready, use them in tandem to discover why these amps go together like whiskey and a gunfight. We also threw in an optional cabinet simulation, a boost pedal, gate, and your guitar's volume knob just for the hell of it.
So usually when you walk into Panda Studios, in the control room, you'll notice on the right side, there's this super decked out pedal board going into this crazy amp patch bay. So I asked Sam to break down his pedal board and kind of show me what kind of chaos is going on.
Hello. So first in the chain is the gate, because you know when you plug into any pedal board, you want a gate first. And the second is that you want a pitch shifter so that you can change the pitch of the guitar. You wouldn't want to do it after your effects. You want to do it before. Then the next thing is a wah, because you wouldn't want to wah your effects. You'd want your effects to be after your wah. And then we have an EQ, so then we could change the EQ of the guitar before it hits any of this. Then the first blendable thing that we have is the external one, which means that I could patch into it right here. So I could use someone else's boost pedal or like a reverb or anything, and then I could blend, so I can have as much percentage as I want of that. So it's not just a straight serial, you know, you could run it in parallel or whatever. Then the next one is our boost. And so I have these three boosts, which is my OCD and my Box of Rock, and then the Klon Centaur. But most importantly, these go through a blender, so I could run 50% boost, you know, 25% boost or anything. So it's not just, because that's the problem, is like when you use a booster, it's cutting out your low end, but you want to like retain some of your low end, but you also like the hair that you get from a booster. So I can like blend that amount in. So that's why inside the plugin, we have the boost blend to basically correlate with that too. Okay. Then after your distortions, because then you do that, you want to put a gate on it so that you can fucking gate any of the line noise that's happening. So I have another gate, so that optional gate. Then I have a compressor. So if I don't want to use a boost and I instead want to use a compressor instead, I can do that. Then we go to our effects, which is our flanger, chorus, and the phaser, which are conveniently on a blender as well. So I can blend how much phase or chorus or flanger so that they're not just 100%. And then we run into our external 2, which that means I can put another external pedal. So if someone has like a Strymon, or like I like to use my tape echo all the time, then I can just plug that in and I can again blend how much of that is going into the signal. And then lastly, I got delay and reverb, which all have their own mix knobs on them. So boom, that's it.
So what do we have here, Sam?
We have the brand new Avid M-Box, which is my new favorite interface. It has an amazing feature on it called the capacitance mode. So when you run a DI guitar into it, it actually makes the tube amplifier plugins respond more like a tube amplifier. It's amazing.
All right, so up next, I'm going to program the lights for the video shoot. So I'm going to get going on that. Alright, so I've finished pretty much programming the lights, and here's kind of what it looks like.
So just if y'all don't know, this is Randy, the guitarist of Spirit World. Beautiful, isn't he?
Alright, so I have officially finished setting up the lights and setting up the light show, programmed a ton of DMX, and I'm pretty stoked because everything looks really good, and this room is dressed up. It's also really foggy. Alright, so right now we're taking a short break, but if you want me to give you a breakdown of the setup, I'll do it. So right now we were using the M-Box Studio, graciously given to us by Avid to do the playthrough videos. We're running the track and recording each take through the M-Box going into this Mac. I've got my Venue Thin Tris as the strobes that I'm using for today, along with the Scorpion laser that I've had for a while. And all the lighting for the tube lights is controlled by this DMX4 dimmer pack that I have from Chauvet, flashing these bars over here. I've fully automated everything down in Studio One using the DMXs, and then I have a fog machine just for fog.
Hanging out with our best friend Phil for the first time ever. God, it's all come full circle. Here we are.
It has finally.
Yep.
So I'm gonna stop the video right there. That's Phil. That's Phil Piscota from Sonic Assault Studios. For the longest time, I've been trying to meet up and hang out with Phil because we've been talking since I've gotten my start in the guitar tone game. And now he finally moved to the Bay Area, and just by coincidence, he showed up at Sam's place, so I got to meet him. Phil is super well known in the tone community and the guitar community for his pristine reamps, eclectic amp collection, and vast experience with many different amplifiers producing high gain guitar tone.
How many heads do you have now?
30.
Wow, it's crazy.
30 amps. Too many.
You need 3 more.
Yeah.
I know I
I
do.
want to try this. What 4 amplifiers would you suggest?
Granifier from Omega Amp Works.
Interesting.
That amp is super sick. I think you would actually really love that amp.
Interesting.
Wagner XC over in Ubershaw.
Okay, yeah.
Much more versatile, but you got to get one that's from like the mid 90s.
Yeah.
Those ones sound the best. After that, I'd say the Carsons, because it's a very unique sounding amp. It's kind of like the best of like a high gain Marshall, but also like SLO 100. It's super, super tight, has way more gain than you'd ever need from any amp ever.
Yeah.
And then
Sounds like
the negative feedback on the back is perfect for dialing in the headroom of the amp, and it's super loud.
That's awesome.
So if you like super big power sections, the 100-watt power section on that's it. And then for a 4th one, you already got a triple rectifier.
Yep.
And you're good to go because you already have everything else you need.
Yep.
So at this point we just finished filming the main playthrough, and now we're gonna film the reels and shorts and all the short form vertical content. Let's go. Teresa has just admitted that she's not a fan of John Mayer.
Am I gonna get canceled?
So this is Teresa, and she helps me out so much on these content days. Thanks for being a champ and dealing with all the things that happen on these days. We couldn't do it without you. That shit was the tuner. I was like, wow, those peaks and meters look like D, G, and
Oh, I know. Well, Sam had to point that out to me.
I was like, wait a minute.
Why is it flashing like fucking mode?
Yeah, I'm so stupid. Like, I'm stoked on it because of the tuner.
Yeah, which is a
And
cool
then-
feature.
I think the talkback built is the talkback built in.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the mic's right here.
Oh, that makes things really easy.
Yeah, so you get your talkback, your dim, your mute, your mono. It's basically just a monitor controller with inputs and outputs on it.
How many outputs? Cause like,
So you got expression. You can put expression pedals in this fucking thing. You got your main outs. You got alternative outs for 2 pairs of monitors. You got high Z line outs. So you
is
got
that
4
Bluetooth? Is
yeah.
Bluetooth so you can fucking put your phone in? So you can like A/B.
Yeah,
I
so
guess.
if someone probably has like something they want to show you, you can just Bluetooth real quick. Go straight to that. That's pretty sick.
And that's Phil Piscota's a first impression of the M-Box.
So there it is. My vlog filming a guitar playthrough with Sam Pura. I hope you all are enjoying this type of content as much as I am. I like doing vlogs and I like documenting my experiences in music, and I feel like that's the best way for me to wrap my channel together. I might not be doing vlogs completely and frequently, but since I do very different things in music, from touring to playing drums, doing covers, reviewing gear, and doing a bunch of freelance work, I feel like this is the best way for me to tie it all together. So if y'all are enjoying these vlogs, please hit the thumbs up button, ring the bell for notifications, sub to the channel if you haven't already, and let me know in the comments what type of content you like from me the best. If it's the vlogs, if it's the drum covers, if it's the gear reviews, or if it's just the behind the scenes. And to be honest with y'all, doing the vlogs and the behind the scenes are just my favorite way of memorializing and kind of documenting my experiences in music. And it's a really fun way for me to look back on my experiences. So thanks again for checking this out, watching the whole video, and if you got here, I appreciate you. My name's Mel. Thanks for watching this, and I'll catch you on the next one.